gratitude, first and foremost, to our Black birth team. This Black girl magic was fire. Ladies, we cannot thank you enough for your support throughout this entire pregnancy, during the birth, and in the postpartum. The love we have for y'all is real. Sharon, our midwife. Wow. We knew we wanted a Black midwife and the chances were slim in Northern Virginia. But how the story unfolded when it came to you still leaves us in awe. Donna, our doula, you are our amazing doula. Your support, check-ins, virtual classes, one-on-one meditation sessions, the crystals, thank you. You prepared me, you prepared us for the journey, and you were an incredible support throughout. Olivia, our photographer, the pictures you captured are simply amazing. We are so grateful for the incredible story you captured through photos. Thank you. We love you. We love you. We love you. The experiences during our birth journey were so special to us. From the beginning, we vowed to shine a bright light on the Black maternal health crisis in the U.S., which is disproportionately affecting Black and Brown communities everywhere. The Biden-Harris administration recently announced the initial actions it's taken to address the maternal mortality crisis and commit to improving Black maternal health while closing gaps in quality care. We just want to say thank you to our Black birth team for bringing our vision to fruition and making our experience a truly magical and unforgettable one. What's that? Kendrick's what? What's that noise?
Kendrick's. Mommy's not finished yet.
Not yet.
Mommy's not finished.
In a little bit, she'll be finished, okay?
We're super excited too.
You did it. Oh. You are a sweet doctor.
Good job.
This video looks so familiar. Mm-hmm. Here we are again for the second time.
Second time for baby number 2.
Baby number 2. Man, oh man.
It was a wild ride. Like, that would be an understatement. It was the craziest experience, the craziest story, but we made it.
We made it. Baby Kendricks is here. You might hear some little cooing and noises in the background, but yes, baby K is here, and the way the story unfolds is amazing.
So we had been waiting for, I think it was just around my due date, we found out that there was a positive exposure to COVID in our birth center, and which affected our midwife's ability to be able to attend our birth. So she was home quarantined for a period of time.
Well, let's back up a little bit. Okay. We had a very specific plan of how we wanted our birth to go, and we know that, you know, with birth plans, things don't always go as planned, and we're used to that and our birth plan didn't go as planned, but we're used to that as far as like birthing. Like, you want a natural birth, sometimes that doesn't happen, you know, emergencies happen, things like that. That's what you're prepared for in your mind. But we knew we were very specific. We wanted a Black birth team. So we were very, very, very adamant in making that happen.
And we had like the perfect plan. Like, we had our midwife, we had our doula, we had our birth photographer. Like, we had our plan set in terms of like who was going to be part of our plan. The actual plan itself, we get. It's not always going to pan out the way that we anticipate, but we just knew that our birth team was like 98.9% that they were going to be our birth team.
Right.
So here we are, like right at our due date, and we ended up finding out that our midwife was going to be quarantined and not available to attend birth until she went through her quarantine period and then was able to test for COVID. So obviously that created a lot of stress right before it was time, well, what we thought was time to give birth. But as fate would have it, I went an additional week plus some. So here we are. We were 41 weeks in like one day, and we thought she was going to get the results that day, and she hadn't. And then the next day was like a Sunday, so they don't give results on a Sunday. And then we were like, can we make it to 41 in 3? And so we did. Shockingly, we made it to 41 weeks and 3 days. And then once we got there, we were like, okay, well, we made it to today. What's going to happen? And that morning at 10:30, she texted me to say that she'd just gotten her results and that she was negative. We were like ecstatic, right?
We did a dance,
everything.
We were in the hallway dancing. We were so happy. Like, just like to give a little bit of context, like we built a relationship with our midwife. Like you guys see or have seen in the videos, like, you know, she helped us get Kenny involved with the process every time we went to the appointments.
Right.
Like she was always so caring, like,
and personable. It wasn't just like a professional, like a business relationship where we went in to go see our doctor. You know, it was a very like homey environment where like we had this this connection with her. So she 10:30 in the morning on the day that I was 41 weeks and 3 days, she calls and says that or she texts and says that she's negative. Woohoo! We were excited. So something to note, that day I was set to go in for a biophysical profile, which is an ultrasound that checks the baby and the placenta once you get to a certain point in your pregnancy, just to make sure that the baby's still thriving in utero at that point. So I was really against going in to get an ultrasound, but there was also very little movement from baby in the morning. So I was like, maybe I will go in. So the fact that she got cleared was a cool thing, because I was like, oh, we'll go in for this appointment that was scheduled for 12:30, and we were leaving the house at 11:30. So mind you, she let us know that she was cleared an hour before we were set to leave the house. The plan was to go in for this test, and then after the test we were going to meet up with her at the birth center later in the day.
And what did I say like 2 nights before, the day before?
She was like, oh, as soon as Sharon gets cleared, you're gonna go into labor, and
you're not gonna need to go to that appointment,
right? So so she tells us at 10:30. At 10:45, no lie, my water breaks. And at that point I had no contractions. So we were thinking, you know, maybe I'll still go to it could be a while before contractions kick in and labor actually starts. So we're just gonna go to the appointment anyway. So as I stood up to go to the appointment, I got really bad like cramping, like period cramps. And I was like, this is weird. And it lasted for like a minute and it went away. So I was like, oh, we'll see if it happens again. Took a shower. And then after I showered, it happens again. And it lasts for a minute. And so at this time, it's like 11:21. So Ty and I decide we're not going to go to the appointment. This might be labor. These are my contractions. These period cramps that I'm feeling are my contractions. So they were about 15 minutes apart for 3 or 4 intervals, and then they went from 15 minutes apart to 7 to 8 minutes apart.
Very quickly.
And so we went through a couple of iterations of those, and then I said, you know what, Kennedy was downstairs with my mom, and I was like, I just want to go see Kenny. I want to give her hugs and kisses. So I went downstairs, and as I was going down the stairs, I just started leaking like crazy, and it just didn't stop. So I gave her hugs and kisses, came back up to my bedroom, and things were getting a little bit more intense, but the contractions were not getting closer per se.
Right.
So Ty ends up, I don't know. I think that I got on the bed.
Is it a blur to you?
Yeah, it is. It was crazy.
So at that point, I was reaching out to our doula and midwife and just like giving them
and the birth photographer
our the contractions and how far apart they were, how long they lasted. It was charted on the app that we were using, and you know, everyone was like, okay, you know, just rest and you know, we'll be there soon. Like everyone was planning out when they were gonna come, and they were thinking it was gonna, you know, they'll come in a few hours, you know.
So at this point,
but I wanted to keep them updated because I kind of knew better, because our last birthing experience, by the time we got there, she was 9 centimeters dilated, because she's very, very calm and chill. Like, she's not that.
Thank you to hypnobirthing.
She's a dramatic person. But when it comes to birth, she's really cool and like calm. So, you know, a lot of people can be fooled by that and be like, you know, she'll just a few more hours. So anyway, I was just keeping them updated. So then the midwife tells me when they're, you know, 5 minutes apart, to
let her know
for 45 to 60 minutes, 5-minute intervals, like let me know, and then we can head to the birth center.
So to give you guys some context, so I was telling you at around 12 is when they were 15 minutes apart, and then right after that they went to 7 to 8 minutes apart. So where we are now is at 2 o'clock, and things were just getting a little bit more intense. They weren't picking up in terms of speed, but it was just like something was feeling different. And I turned to Ty and I was like, I think we need to go to the birth center. And I didn't want to make the call too early, but I felt like this is the safe time. We need to go now. So she's like, yeah?
Yeah, because I knew something was different. Like, I could see it in her face. Like, she wasn't responding as much as I was, like, when I would ask her questions and
I was in the zone.
And she would have these faces like, okay, this is a contraction. But she was like, something was different. Like, I can feel it. I can see it in her face, where she was like, this is a lot more intense than I expect it to be. I feel like that was what your face was saying.
Yeah,
like,
I was confused.
This is a lot. I don't think I'm supposed to be here yet. And then you were like, oh, okay, I need to go to... She was crawling across the bed. I'm like, okay. She went from just chilling and rolling on the ball to like crawling across the bed, like on all fours, like I can't get up. And I was like, okay. Yeah, so she said, I need to go to the birth center. Like, I think I'm getting a lot of pressure and I feel the urge to push. I'm like, okay, we're 2 hours in. All right. So then at that point, I called the midwife and I was like, she said she needs to go to the birth center. She's feeling the urge to push. Midwife was like, okay, it's 2:15, meet me there at 2:30. So, okay, cool. So we thrown our clothes on. All she needed was some underwear. And so I got that for her, and I
tried to get off the bed to put on my underwear, and I was like,
never got on.
I gotta push.
She had a grunt, like, you could see it in her face. She was trying to hold it. It's like you gotta go to the bathroom, like take a poop, but you gotta hold it, and you could see it. And she was just like, and I was like, okay, we're about to have this baby.
I was like, I gotta push. So we had this little like wee pad type of deal on the floor in the room.
It's like the pads they use in the bed
in the hospitals. Yeah. So we say wee pads because we have a dog and we use them. So I stood over the pad and I felt the urge to push again, and when I felt the urge to push, blood came down. So Ty was like, oh gosh. So she calls the midwife on FaceTime, who was already en route to the birth center. She's like, she's pushing, there's blood. And she's like, okay, well, I can stay on the phone with you guys and talk you through birthing this baby, but send me your address.
So I sent her address, and things were happening so fast that I never called her back. Because I was like, okay, in my mind, I was chill, I was calm, but I was like, okay, we're in the middle, you know, we're in our bedroom, which is fine, but we have this pad on the floor. I'm like, this is not how we want to, like, we want to do things. We had this whole birth plan.
We do not want to have the baby right here on the floor.
But I had the opportunity to change it. So I was like, okay, let me run some bath water. So we have this big tub. So, okay, fine. It's like, baby, you want me to run water? And she's like, yeah, guess so. Because I'm like, we're having this baby here. And like, now. So I go run the water. And she's like, you know, waiting for the next contraction.
Which are still like 7 to 8 minutes apart.
Yeah, so right at the other contraction, the next contraction, she felt it was coming. It was like, okay, get in the tub. So the water was filled up quite a bit. And so I was running up and down the steps because I was telling her mom, like, can you move the car because we need to get to the birth center. Then it was like, okay, we're not getting to the birth center, but she was waiting outside for me. So I had to go let her know. And then
we had
a birth photographer came, which I didn't even know she was here, but she was the first one here. She made it here. So she runs in. I go tell her mom.
Who is also, she's also a doula.
The doula, yes.
So being the first person there when I was in the bathtub by myself, as Ty was like trying to coordinate some other things, was like a blessing because she got there and was able to kind of like coach me through while she was like taking photos.
I get her mom back in, and then I run upstairs. And when I run upstairs, she's like, this face, and she's like, Phil. And I fell down, and baby was crowning. And I was like, okay, showtime. And as the baby's head was coming out, the midwife, she runs in, and she's just like, she's chill, calm, like, okay, cool, yeah, like, y'all got this. And then when the head was out, I told her, like, you know, the head's out, so she wanted to check, make sure everything's okay. So she checked and told Paige, like, stay in the water, we want the baby in the water. So she stayed in, and then kind of like make sure everything was okay, assisted, guided her through the push, and
the next push,
baby was like out. And yeah,
Ty delivered her.
Yeah,
you catching babies
and
it was
we got
so
a midwife.
surreal. So the midwife was there, our birth photographer. Our doula unfortunately didn't not make
birth,
it,
but she was there right after. She was on her way.
Yeah,
she was amazing.
She was amazing throughout the whole
pregnancy. She was amazing. You could tell she was bummed she didn't make the birth, but you know, I'm
things
sure
just escalated so quickly,
so fast. Like if we could, oh my God, if of course we imagine in our head everyone would be there,
right?
But it happened so fast,
right? It was so quick.
You just did not have the normal
When I
labor.
first started having contractions, she said, before I started having contractions, when my water broke, she was like, oh, you can expect probably starting labor within the next 6 hours. So get ready for like a night.
She was like, rest because we got work to do tonight.
And then the midwife was like, yeah, it'll probably happen within 12 hours. So we were not expecting it to start like within a half an hour of like my water breaking. Actually, so my water broke at 10:45. My first contraction was around 11 a.m. And then Kendrick's was here at 2:46. So, and I went from 15-minute apart contractions to 7 to 8 minutes to pushing the baby out. So there was no like gradual progression through labor. I never got to check for dilation. I didn't know how much I was dilated. All I knew was that I had to listen to my body and know when it was time. It was a truly magical experience. Right. Kendrick's was born on the full moon. Things couldn't have happened more perfectly, and we didn't ever think about having a baby at home. We just knew we were going to the birth center, but things they worked out, and they worked out perfectly fine. So yeah, here we are. We're moms of 2, a family of 4. 5,
and Kennedy did, oh my gosh, you guys are gonna see, she did amazing.
Oh, she was so cute.
She said, well, that's her baby. Oh, Lord.
She was so happy. She just kept smiling. She was calm. We thought that she was going to have like a lot of like energy that she needed to like get out, but she was really calm. She was sweet and loving. She just wanted to kiss the baby and hold her hand. She was like, I'm a big sister. So it was like really
So
really
before
cute.
I put her to bed, she said, can I kiss the baby? Give hugs and kisses. So I let her. And then she slept through the night, which I didn't think was gonna happen.
Right.
But she did. And then this morning she got up, and she usually talks in the morning. She did not. She jumped up and
came running down the hallway.
And so I'm blocking her like, what are you doing? She was like, where's the baby? I was like, okay, the baby's here. So she is like, she's happy. She's so happy.
So the transition has been good. It's been one night.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been one night.
It's been one night. Our midwife is coming back today to come check on me and baby. So she'll come back to the house today to check on us. That was standard protocol even outside of me giving birth at home. It was dope that she was able to come to the house. The nurse, she also brought a nurse with her as well. And then she'll come back today to come check on me and baby. And they will, will be in their care for the next 6 weeks. It was a dope experience, y'all.
And now on this day, it's like, yo, that happened.
That happened.
So we just wanted to come record this while we're still really
high off the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, baby's she's sleeping good. She's eating well. She latched good. So
she's just been on a boob and cuddling, really. Oh gosh. And she's Kennedy's twin.
Exact. Like, I birthed the same baby twice.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything is cool.
So yeah, that's it. Just wanted to come share that. I know a lot of you guys were excited about our birth story. That's another thing. So because everything happened so fast, my cameras and everything, the car was packed up, ready to go to the birth center. But we were able to get pictures and some video, some good video. We set up as fast as we could. So we did get some things. It wasn't the whole shebang like I
we
imagined it being, but we did capture it. And so we just wanted to come tell the story and also show the visual.
Right.
So yeah, but that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting us. You guys are dope. And we will chat with you guys later. Peace. Hey guys. I feel like I was coming down the stairs on our first birth video, but it is 12:38 in the afternoon on November 30th. And Paige is officially in labor. It's been a crazy couple of days, but we're finally here. She's having contractions right now. They're irregular, so we're thinking that tonight or early in the morning we will have a baby. So I will check in with you guys as we progress a little further. 15 minutes apart, 1 minute contraction. Do you feel like these contractions feel different? Yeah, they're more in the front.
Yeah, I don't have like butt labor like I did before.
Okay.
These are in the front. They're like period cramps. But I also feel the pressure in my butt.
Oh.
So I'm feeling both. Yeah, definitely different.
You got this though. You got it. We're gonna do this. Baby K on the way.
Baby K is on the way.
Finally. They're gonna be like, who's that lady playing in the background?
My homegirl.
It's your homegirl. Playing you a sound bath.
All I was trying to do was put my underwear on so we can leave, and I couldn't do it. And then I was like, I'm leaking, and Ty looked and she was like, you're bleeding. And I was like, I gotta push.
Huh? Oh. It's alright. Everything's alright. It's okay. Most babies that are born accidentally home, everything is alright. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Yeah, you're there. Okay. Okay. It's okay, baby's coming. Okay. Okay. I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. It's okay. You got this. I got you. I got you. I got you. Just breathe it down. Breathe it down. Baby's come. You're safe. I got you. I got you. I got you. You got this. I got you. Breathe through it. I feel baby. I feel our baby. I feel our baby. I got it. Whatever you need to do, right? I feel here. Breathe, baby, breathe, 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 breathe. Don't breathe, ready? Breathe.
So with this next one, make sure your bottom stays in the water. You want the baby to be all the way in.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. I was trying not to be in your way. Might have to do a little bit of a push before you get your next one since they're so spaced out.
If I tear, you have stuff. Okay.
I'm always ready. You got it. Give a little bit of a push and see what happens. Just loosen your tongue.
You can't really push it without the.
It's coming a little bit.
You go with it.
You want it?
Okay. You said you felt movement?
No, no. I said,
You want to try?
I feel coming.
So the chin is out. Try to do a nice little push. Come on. A little bit more. I'm just rubbing with this towel. I just want to keep nice and warm. Look, the face blinking, color's good. You want to cry?
Come on. Come on. Come on.
Go in and talk. Go in and talk, of course. Sorry. Yeah. You talking about it? Yes. Heart sounds great. Just want to get a nice big cry to expand those lungs. You want to do a big cry? Can I grab you a little? Oh, look at that color. Nice. This was good. You're gonna be really chill and not talk too much. Get those bubbles out.
Oh, two chill babies. Oh.
3, 2, 1.
It's a girl! I told you. I told you it was a girl. Another girl. We having you. Want to call Kennedy?
Yeah. You want me to call?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's that?
Baby.
That's Kendrick's. Are you excited?
Yes.
Yes. You have a baby sister.
Congratulations, Mama.
Thank you.
Oh, this is the most beautiful thing. Hi, Kendrick. And she latches well.
Yeah, she does. That's your sister?
You want to touch her hand? You want to hold her hand? Gentle, remember? Gentle. That's your sister.
She is so adorable.
Kennedy, you excited?
Yes.
Jenny, she looks just like you.
She
When
does.
you were born, she looks just like you.
Kennedy, this is special.
Are you excited?
So I even stopped my lunch to see the baby. Careful,
Gentle,
careful,
gentle.
very gentle, okay? And gentle with mommy too, okay?
Mommy kisses. Mommy kisses.
I love you.
Nice. You can talk to her. Hi. So I'm your big sister. You happy?
Congratulations, guys. You guys are an awesome team.
It all pulled together.
All women.
Mm-hmm.
Kendi say girl power.
That's right.
Yeah, that'll be good. Thank you.
The baby.
Yeah.
Be careful with that, okay?
Ma, do you take the baby out of mommy back?
That's where I had Kendrick's in the bathroom.
And where did Kendrick go?
Right here. Oh, in my belly? No more. Kendrick's is there. No more in my belly.
Oh, you got the baby's tummy.
No more.
Ma, do you take the baby out of mommy back?
That's where I had Kendrick's in the bathroom.
Do you taking the baby?
No discrimination, right? Did you see any discrimination?
Ever so slight.
Okay.
Just not far.
Right. Okay. Oh, let's see here. Oh, hair. Let's see here.
Hi.
My baby.
So at 11:45, that was the last time I looked at the time, and she was like up and like eating. I fell asleep. She fell asleep, and I woke up and it was like 1 something.
Okay.
So I got tied up, and I was like, "Can you put her down?" So we slept with her between us, and I'm thinking she's gonna be up in like the next hour, so I'll feed her again. I woke up at 6 something,
Yeah.
and she was still sleeping. I was
Right.
like, "Oh shit, she needs to eat."
Yeah.
So I was trying to feed her, and it took until like after 8 o'clock before she actually latched.
Okay.
So she didn't eat. That was a long stretch, and I was like, so concerned. But she ate fine. Then she went back to sleep, and then at 10 she nursed again.
Okay.
And then the next time wasn't until 2.
Okay.
So she's really just tired.
You can't get her up for nothing.
No,
Yeah.
we tried
Yeah.
wet rags
Everything.
on her face, taking off
Okay.
her clothes, changing her pamper,
Yeah.
like bouncing and talking to her, like
Right. Nothing.
She's like, nah.
she's like, I'm asleep.
Kenny was the same way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was the same
Yeah.
exact way.
Like the same as
It
that.
takes them a couple of days to really like start to waken up, and
Yeah.
you do really have to agitate them.
Down her latch is a little shallow.
Okay.
So she did crack my nipples,
Okay.
both of them, and yeah, her latch is just shallow.
Okay. Okay.
And I've been trying to like,
Pull
pull her
down.
mouth and pull her top lip up, try to get it a little bit wider, but
No.
and she does this. Kenny used to do this with her top lip, which is why they thought she had a lip tie. She like sucks her top lip in, but
Okay.
she sucks it in so tight that
Right.
it looks
I actually
like
think that she's sucking on her tongue. Because
Yeah,
and
she's
then
probably
when you
sucking on her
open
tongue.
her mouth, like her tongue's always up.
up.
Oh.
So she
yeah.
can never get her tongue's
Yeah.
always up, and then so
Yeah.
it's hard to get the nipple in. And then
It's hard to get that really big
Yeah.
opening because her tongue is always, and even when she cries, her tongue goes up,
Okay.
so she doesn't have the like mouth open.
Right.
it'll come
Do you
out.
see her like stick her tongue out past her lips and everything? I mean, she doesn't
She
have
does.
the
She
tongue
does
tie
a
or
little bit
anything.
because she's like licks the nipple and then she's like, it's like she gets a little bit on her tongue and she's like, that's all I need.
Yeah. Plus, also your areola smells like the amniotic
Mhm.
fluid. You know what I mean? So it's like home.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
So it's like, because they get so much more from nursing than just food.
Right.
You know? So it's so comforting too. And she went ham though, like after birth.
Yeah,
Like,
she did.
She was not letting go.
And she has been, so that's how
Yeah.
she's been. Once she's on, she's on. It's just
And then
her
she falls
latch is
asleep
a little
that way.
shallow.
How about wet and dirty diapers?
Girl,
I just love how y'all both did it.
she has pooped.
I started marking the
so
book, and I was like, forget the
much.
book.
It's crazy.
How does your bottom feel?
Amazing. No, it doesn't feel bad. Like
Okay.
last time I was in a lot of pain.
Okay.
Like my hemorrhoids were, I couldn't tell if it was my hemorrhoids or the stitches last time,
Yeah.
and I felt like a lot of pressure. I don't feel that way now.
Good.
I can just feel that I'm healing.
Okay.
That's really it. I've been, like the first night, I just kind of walked, like after I used the bathroom every time, I would pace back and forth.
Good.
I'll do that like 10 times before I would get in bed. Today was the first time I went downstairs.
Okay. Good.
But yeah, I've just been like keeping it easy. But I noticed that when I'm standing for longer periods of time, meaning more than like 5 minutes, I'm not like in extreme discomfort like I was with Kenny after Kenny. So I'm feeling good. I feel better when I lay down. Yeah. Yeah, I have been getting a little lightheaded. I noticed. I don't know if I'm getting up too fast sometimes, because I'll get up and then be like, oh, I should have just probably taken my time a little bit more. But I do notice that I'm getting a little lightheaded.
Okay. But you're not actually feeling faint or anything like that? Okay. Good.
I feel great.
Awesome. Well, you look great.
Thanks.
Yeah. Do you want me to take a look at your bottom today?
You can, yeah.
Okay.
And then, so today we were talking, and we were like, I was just asking how she felt, and you were like, no, it wasn't surprising. Last time, you weren't like on the second day like, oh, I feel good.
No.
I feel amazing.
No.
Right.
And then later on when we looked back, we were like, okay, there may have been like, she had problems breastfeeding. There may have been like some anxiety or depression or whatever. But today she was like all smiley and giddy. Yeah. And I was like, how are you feeling? She was like, I feel good. Like,
Her cry is so cute. I will use the wrap.
oh, she moving it.
Oh, yeah. She like yanked it right on back.
There we go. I don't have milkies.
You didn't let me borrow.
Alright, we said 8-3. Yay!